You are now tuned in to DM3 Entertainment. And before we get started, I gotta hit you with the warning. Yes, I'm back, your boy AD, with another volume of Don't Call Me Black, Don't Call Me an African American. I'm an indigenous Aboriginal American, Volume 3. We're going to get into this right here. Well, we all know on October 12th, they changed Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day. So I'm telling you, black people, y'all better start realizing that you are the indigenous Americans of this land before y'all get bamboozled again out of y'all birthright. But what I'm going to do here now is hit you with this video and hit you with some messages to let you know that we are the original indigenous Americans, not Africans.
Message.
You have folks who, I'll start first, who said, Cube, why are you putting Native Americans in here? Why isn't this just for black people?
Well, black people are Native Americans. You know, we've had, a lot of proof that, some of us started here in this land. Everybody wasn't brought over from Africa. So, we have to, like you say, unpack all of that and try to, find the true lineage of people in this country because some, I used to tease family members who would say, I got a little Indian in me. I would think they didn't want to be all the way black. But when I really do the research, a lot of them did have a little Indian in them. So, it's one of those things where, we want to be counted on all levels, not just, through slave ships. Like I said, we were here before Columbus. So a lot of us. And so we want to make sure that's included and not excluded.
Message.
This month we will be talking about the eclectic topics of our beautiful history. Today's topic, we will be talking about the American Aborigines. There were tribes that were already here. And unfortunately, most people still believe that all blacks came from the ships from Africa. So let's talk about some of those statistics. According to PBS.org, only 12.5 million Africans were kidnapped from Africa, but only 10.7 million actually survived. And of that 10.7 million, 388,000 came to North America. And the rest were distributed to South America and the Caribbean. But the first people that were here were the American Aborigines. According to indigenous and Americans.com, the American Aborigines owned 1 million square miles worth of land in the Louisiana Territory, southeastern region of Florida, and the colony of California. In many areas of America, black nations existed way before Christopher Columbus even arrived. Those lands were rightfully the American Aborigines before they were stolen and given to the white settler. The American Aborigines that were stripped from their land were dumped in Oklahoma. And one of the most historic and sad tragedies was called the Trail of Tears. 40 to 90 Indians were placed there. The point is that the American Aborigines were here and they were here first. Thank you for watching another episode of Because It Matters. I'm Digital Debbie, and I'll see you next week.
Message.
If the so-called Native Americans came across the Bering Strait from Asia to America and found civilization here already of black people, why do they keep telling you you're from Africa? Now, let's not get it twisted. We know about the transatlantic slave trade, right? We know there were Africans brought over. But what they don't tell you is that black people were already here. All right, now this is the part where I say I would rather, do a full podcast so I can put out all the research and everything like that, because this sounds like some type of, drastic claim, but it's really not, because the information is, right there. Like Christopher Columbus tells you about things that he gets from the so-called Native Americans that were from African people. If you look up American, just start there. Look up American pyramids and look at the artifacts. And if they don't look African or black to you or so-called Negro to you, then I don't know what does. So my point is, the reason why they need you to believe that all black people in America came from Africa is because if you didn't, if you believe that you were from America originally, your family, your ancestors were from America, then that means you have a right to land. That means you have a claim to land. The same way that they, and look, check this out. The same way they do the reservations and all of that shit, like the land for the, so-called Native Americans, who they tell us in their own history that they're not truly Native. They would have to do that for everybody that can prove that their family did not come over here on slave ships. That's why they're the records, a certain point in every courthouse records, you get to the 1800s, the 1830, you get to a certain point and they all had a courthouse fire. Why is that? Why are all these records have they disappeared? Think about that. Think about that for a second. Think about the classifications of so-called black people. A lot of people don't realize at one point we were considered copper color indigenous people. Now, what does indigenous mean? First of all, I mean, hello, like the answers are all right in our face. So I'm not saying.
I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind.
Message. So hopefully you caught all those messages and you're a free thinker like me. Till next time, peace.